Hello, ladies and gentlemen. It's another delightful,
I had a load of
glorious
tea in my mouth.
podcast. I'm making this bottle of Lucasade last for a long time. In fact, if you're watching this and you watched Hotfix on Thursday, this has lasted nearly 2 days.
Wow.
Through the magic of watching videos that were recorded at the same time.
Not supposed to say that. It's supposed to be like,
not to give away
you got to
trade
keep the
secrets or
magic hidden, bloke. You got to keep it hidden.
I've spoiled the illusion. So, yeah, we have another delightful podcast. As always, we do the obligatory plug, which we're doing for the podcast now as well, if we didn't do it before. So there, which is that if you want to support the podcast, then there's a linky up there, and there's a linky down there. And if you do some sort of delightful pledge or patronise us, well, that's not really the
Don't patronise us.
Then you get a shout out at the start of the next hotfix, because we like you a lot, and every little helps, and that's still a supermarket slogan, and I keep using it, and it irritates me, so I don't know why I do it. So yeah, back to regularly scheduled, random.
So I've got something random for you.
Oh, hang on, wait a minute. What number is this? What number is this? We need to work out a name first. We missed this. We missed this a couple of...
9. Whoa.
Yeah, no, it is the 9th. It's the 9th. Because we missed, on the 7th one, I believe it was the 7th, and I'm just checking this now, we didn't actually give it a name. The 7th was like untitled, so it became the slightly underdescribed 7th. Because we missed it out. All of them have had names, apart from the 7th. Which, I mean, technically now it does, because I gave it one. But the last one was the highly erotic 8th. So what is going to be the 9th? What kind of sentence structure is that? What is the 9th going to be? Answers on a postcard.
The 9th.
The 9th Pubcast. Oh no! Someone did suggest the naughty 9th. That could be a thing.
I was like neurotic or narcotic.
The narcoleptic 9th.
Narc. It's got to be narc, hasn't it? Narc, like you heroin. Well, not heroin. Narc. What? But narc.
The heroin narc 9th.
Narky 9th. It's got to be. It's got to be.
All right, we'll do the narky 9th.
Yeah,
the narcoleptic
if you're a narc,
9th
you shot people into the police.
That is narcoleptic. Is the person who falls asleep, isn't it? Just randomly,
it's
they just go...
you can't control it.
Yeah.
It's not that bad, right?
That's
It doesn't induce that, does it? This is the Hotfix podcast.
We've caused an epidemic. You know what? That is of all the diseases in the world, that for some reason that one makes the least sense to me. That just sounds like it's one of those things where it seems like it should be funny, but I'd imagine it's just like passing out. Like if you go unconscious, that's not funny, is it? It's like you don't wake up and go, "Oh, lol, I was unconscious." But if anyone says, "Oh, I've got narcolepsy," then people are like, "Lol, they fall asleep." But what if you're walking down the street, right? You've got a bag of shopping in each hand. You're walking down the street and you just fall asleep, fall on your face and smash your face in. It's like that ain't funny, is it? That's horrendous. You wouldn't want that to happen to someone. I mean, I'm assuming it can happen like that. I mean, I guess you don't just you only fall asleep when you're sitting comfortably, because that would be, that wouldn't be a
It's called a sleep attack, apparently. A narcoleptic sleep attack.
And it is just instant loss of consciousness. You just
it's an intermittent sleep. It sounds bad. It's something you really don't want. I mean, imagine if you're driving an 18-wheeler juggernaut down the motorway at 120 mile an hour.
Well, yeah,
because you somehow unlimited the engine and you're doing 120 mile an hour,
and you managed to get a license whilst having narcolepsy.
Yeah, which I don't tell them.
Can you get a license with narcolepsy?
No way. You must be banned from operating heavy machinery. You've got to be. It's like epilepsy. It's got to be. You can't just lose consciousness.
Yeah, you can't have a license with diabetes now either, can you? I think they changed that. So if you've got diabetes, you can't drive, because if you go into a coma because you haven't had your insulin or whatever, then
but that's your fault, because you never injected yourself, so that's controllable. So no.
Yeah, I mean, true, but I'm pretty sure that was banned.
Are you a doctor?
I'm going to check.
Are you a medical man?
I know someone with diabetes. I thought they said they couldn't drive anymore.
Are you a medical man?
I am the medicine man. Diabetes banned.
Are you medicus from
driving?
From what's it called?
I'm an apothecary.
Get the medicus.
I'm an apothecary.
Get the medicus. He was the best. Spartacus the Medicus. Oh, God.
I'm seeing shit from 2011, but it's like people with diabetic drivers could be banned from 2011.
Yeah, I don't know where you've got this from.
There's not actually. I don't think it's actually a thing. It's like people could be banned. So I don't think it ever went through. There was talk about it because it's all over the place, but it was last talked about in 2011.
Well,
so if you're diabetic,
where we talk about games.
Yeah, we do that occasionally. It's increasingly becoming less about games and more just about random stuff.
So you want to know about my eye? I'll tell you about my eye then. So I bought some contact lenses. All right, listen, this is dead funny. So I bought contact lenses just off a website. Now, to people who like, I told my sister, I says, look, I bought these contact lenses off this website. And she went, they're probably fake from China, full of acid. I was like, what? This is it was a reputable, it was like contactlenses.co.uk. And I looked at reviews and it said it's fine. And I thought, well, this has got to be fine. Anyway, she's like, no, you shouldn't buy it. There could be anything. I'm like, this ain't like, I'm not buying some sort of fucking drug or something.
Yeah,
but I guess I am putting it in my eye.
But the thing is, you say you're not buying some sort of drug, but you don't know. You're just buying it online. You could have received like little packages, and every time you open a package with a contact lens in, it's just got like liquid heroin in there instead. You don't know.
Be happy. So anyway,
join an esports team.
I'm like, what the fuck? They're really thin, right? But they're supposed to be thin because they're for comfort, right? Because the ones I had before were thick. These were like the trial ones from what Specsavers gave me.
What's the difference then? I mean, if they're both the same prescription, why would you have a thick one and a thin one? Because as long as they last the day that they're in your eye, surely the thickness makes no difference whatsoever. You just have them thin.
They're more durable. Like, you can damage them. Like, today, I've slightly damaged this when I put it in my eye. Well, I say damaged, I've slightly dirtied it a little bit, but I got it in my eye, so I was like, fuck it, right?
It's like muck on your eye. Like directly.
Yeah, you know, like, no, it's not directly in front. It's like right at the top. Like wherever I'm looking. Yeah, wherever I'm looking at right now, it's like perfect detail. But if I look out of my like peripheral vision to the top, I can see like a little smudge sort of thing because that's on the inside of the lens. Because I don't think it completely. I don't think it like wraps onto your eye completely. I don't know, but it's really comfortable, this contact lenses. Now I had it in yesterday as well, and it was just flat out better than the contact lens I had from the prescription plate, like from Specsavers. So anyway, after getting told I shouldn't buy them online because my eyes will get burnt out, and I'm like, what the hell? I wouldn't have had to have bought any because I would have ran out. This is why I bought them. They cost me £7.50, so it wasn't like a major investment. But that's like the going rate. Yeah, but that's like the going rate for one box of 30 contact lenses for one eye. But I only need one, don't I? So it's not. I don't need to pay 15 quid. Well, I was quoted the same sort of prices by Specsavers, so I just thought it's got to be legit, right? Right? But anyway, I've got to go in on Monday and have my eyes examined, well, this eye examined to make sure it hasn't been damaged by contact lenses, but it hasn't because it doesn't feel any different. But like I said, this contact lens I got in,
heroin lenses,
fake heroin lens. They went in, and this has gone in, and I was aware the other one was in my eye. Yeah, I was aware it was in my eye when I blinked. I was aware. This one, I am not aware it's in my eye at all. It's freaky because it's really thin. That could just because I'm getting used to it, but it really is much thinner. Like it really is like way more flexible as well. It means it's harder to get in.
Weird though, like knowing that something's in your eye. I mean, do you just get used to it?
Well,
or is it just like constantly like, oh, fucking hell, this?
You know what they say? Don't refer to it as in your eye because it's on your eye. It's not in your eye. You've got like contact lens in your eye. It's like shit's in my eye, mate. It's on your eyeball. And that's a pro tip for people putting them in because now I'm professional at this, although it still takes me some time to get them in. Is you get it on your finger and you put the juice on it. And I'd be like, well, I'll do it on this side so I don't pick it out. And I'd be like, bleh, and I'd be like, want to ram it in my eye, like, get on. But we've just got to be careful. You just got to get a little bit on the corner, then just move your eye and it just takes it away. It's magical. Anyway,
just give it a little eye flick, just, and then it's
an eye tease. So, yeah. Also, yeah, that's my eye tail. Really, I think it's fine.
Back.
My vision's fine. My vision's fine with it on. Yeah. So,
I still need to go back and try again because
I mean, I was streaming Warhammer the other day. Well, I guess a couple of days ago from this, and you know, we had to look at maximum detail for that, and it was fine. So
maximum detail. Lads, we need to go maximum detail here. We've got to really.
We must go deeper.
Hold it up, and you're like,
There's a screenshot. No, you can show it off, bloke, because I think you can switch the desktop, can't you?
I can indeed, once I go to Twitter and find whichever screenshot you're talking about.
Well, I'm trying to find it, but it's pointless me sending it because I'll ruin your thing, won't I? Why have I loaded up your Twitter? I don't want to be on your Twitter.
I don't know. That doesn't seem helpful.
It's a screenshot from the stream, anyway. And I look stupid in the bottom corner because that's with it like at 50 times optical zoom on the model.
50 times. TweetDeck's broken, so I've gone straight to your thing. Okay, let's have a look. Let's have a look here.
Kepler sent it me.
Yes, I see it. I see the one. Come on, Twitter.
Look
Load
at
the
that
picture. What is going on?
That is 50 times zoom.
You say,
look, I ain't got no glasses on.
Yes, there we go. There we go. So I'll switch over.
Look at that.
So that's 50. This is 50 times zoom. That is pretty ridiculous, in fairness. That's a bit mental. What's the expression you're pulling though?
I can't believe it.
No. 50 times.
No, we must go deeper. and the picture below is the guy I painted, which obviously looks better, like when he's not 50 times optical zoomed in, because that shows every kind of missing like, bit of paint.
One quality Sigmarine, which is it's totally caught on that name.
That
Everyone
probably
uses
is,
that.
yeah.
I mean, in fairness, it's not inaccurate, is it?
No.
Especially now with that picture of Sigmar about. Let's see if I can. I've got that loaded up still. Here we go.
He's just the Emperor. It even looks like him.
I'm going to switch over to desktop again. This is not the Emperor. This is Sigmar. He just happens to be wearing golden armor, and he happens to have an eagle and a lion. Kind of
and he's got like a thing on his head, because doesn't the Emperor have like that mental brief shit on his head?
Also, ignore the fact that there are like lightning bolts everywhere, because I mean, you could say, but I'm pretty sure the Emperor had the Thunder Warriors, the ones who were before the Space Marines, which had the cross lightning bolts as their symbol. This is obviously not that. He just had Sigmar, who just happens to wear the same kind of armor, with the same motifs, just happens to like lightning, which is just a complete coincidence. Honestly, it's just just don't worry about it. Just don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. No wonder people are getting pissed off. They're like, for God's sake. Just 40k everywhere, even if it's not 40k.
We're talking about Warhammer again, and I'm fine with that. So that box set, those models, I haven't put together the prosecutors. Those are like the angel winged guys. I haven't built them yet, but I built everything else. And the guy, the fucking Lord Celestin is like ridiculous. Like totally, like the detail on him. I'm just like, he's like the guy on the horse. Oh well, he's not a horse. It's like a fucking griffin crossed with a dragon.
We got this chap.
Oh yeah,
with his mental corn icon.
Is he the blood secretor?
Yes. Yeah.
Everything's blood for the corn boys.
And
but look how big that banner was.
It's mental. I mean, when you put it next to him, that's where his hand goes. Basically, it's not quite right because it's kind of hard to do from this angle. But that's like that is the guy. Look at that banner. And also, I got really confused because I was putting him together, and I was thinking to myself, I must have done something wrong here. There's like a random axe blade, but nowhere to put it. It turns out it's because for corn, a two-sided axe is not sufficient. It's four-sided axe.
It's
get the fuck out.
Four-sided axe.
Yeah,
it's like an axe hammer.
Yeah, it's got a blade on like each side.
That is stupid.
It's ridiculous.
It's an amazing way.
How would you?
Here's my axe hammer.
When you hit someone with it would just stop dead. It wouldn't go through him. It would just. It is literally like you carve them up and give them like blunt force trauma at the same time. Also,
and surely it'd be stuck into them. It'd be just like
For a starter kit, I will say this model was a little bit. I'd say it was a little bit tricky, if I'm honest.
Yeah, they are. They're not. That Lord Celestin was dead hard to put together. I built him on the stream, I think, and he was like, he had bits like it's bad news when there's a bit which goes between two other bits you have to glue and like let them float.
Yeah,
it's bad news, and it's like, oh no.
Well, this guy, that tail, that like mental bit of hair he's got.
Like his hair, yeah.
It's like it's hair, but it's wrapped in someone's vertebrae. It's corn, which is hilarious. That came in two pieces, and it attaches to the back of his head, but it also attaches there. I mean, you can't see where because I haven't fucked it up. But
I know what you mean, though. Yeah,
I was looking at it, and I was like, if you don't know what you're doing, you're gonna look at that and be like, how the fuck do I get that? because it's got a tiny socket. It's like a really small socket. You know how on the back of Space Marines where you put the backpack on.
Yeah, I noticed a lot of these models have got them sockets on them, haven't they? It's like a different design decision they've got.
Imagine
like,
that
construction,
but like a fifth of the size.
Yeah, like half a millimeter.
Yeah, not even that. And that's what you've got to do to stick that together. I was looking at it, it was like, I feel sorry for someone who bought this because they were like, oh, it's like a starter kit. Because I just took one look and thought, you could easily fuck that up. Like, you could really easily mess that up. Although, this... Come here. Where is it? Yeah, there we go. Doggy. I've got a doggy this time. Here we go. Not my dog, the Corn Lord's dog.
Corn doggy.
This thing, Corn Dog. Isn't that actual...
What is it? Is it corn dog like a hot dog made of corn or something? I'm going to Google it. Like corn dog.
So this thing, for a start, like this is the only thing I've got a complaint about so far with this set. This thing does not fit together very well. Like it just doesn't. It kind of does. Like it clips together. So you have to put the two halves of the thing's body together, and then you got this frill thing underneath, like this lizard neck thing, and it slots up and kind of forces the two halves of the body together, so that it's like you can. I didn't have to glue it, and it would remain solid. But on this side, it meets up perfectly. That side, the frill just isn't big enough. It doesn't meet the side of his head, so there's a gap. There's like a really shit and quite pronounced gap.
Yeah,
but it came off the sprue like that. It wasn't even a case of like I trimmed the sprue away and accidentally cut too much into it. It wasn't even attached there.
On my Sea Marines, their shoulder pad, it connects in the middle of their shoulder and it's not flush. Like you have to. Like I'm not going to do it because I can't be bothered. But you'd have to like put liquid green stuff in it and then file it down and make it smooth. This guy's shoulder pad. It's like you attach the front of him. By the way, the front of this guy, you can have him without this front bit of armor on, with all the skulls. The skulls, yeah.
He's fully detailed under this bit, which is crazy. Yeah. Like he's got all the muscle definition and everything. But you put that together, no matter how hard you press, there's a gap at the top where the shoulder pad is.
Yeah.
Like the back is part of the main model and the front is part of the armor. It doesn't meet. And it doesn't matter what you do, it just doesn't meet.
It's a problem with these like snap fit models. I mean, when I say that, what I mean, guys, is like a model which is generally like 3 bits or something. There isn't really that much more to it.
Yeah, they're not.
I've seen the sprues for the Liberators on their own, which are the Sea Marine guys, and they just look like tactical Marines where all their arms and everything are independent. When it's like that, then it's much better. So yeah, it's a good box set. Anyway, a corn dog bloke is a hot dog sausage covered in a thick cornmeal batter on a stick.
That sounds not nice.
Shit.
I'm gonna. I found a picture.
Oh my god! You want to talk about American sweets?
I'm gonna. This looks fucking disgusting. Look at that! What the fuck is that? That looks horrendous. I wouldn't eat that.
Well,
I would not eat.
So, it's by you. This shop is actually American Candy. It's called. It sells American sweets.
I know which one you mean.
Yeah, I went in there and I bought Razzlers.
Give them the old razzle dazzle.
Give them the old razzle dazzle, which says first it's a candy, then it's a gum, and you eat it.
Yeah, I had one of them.
Yeah, did you add one? Didn't you?
Yeah,
It isn't too bad, but it turns into shit chewing gum.
I was going to say, they say first it's a candy. It is, well, a sweet. It is a sweet.
And then it's a tar paste.
Yeah, but the gum, because they're so small, they're in like little things, aren't they?
Yeah, you're supposed to eat loads of them, yeah.
The actual gum element turns out to be about that big in your mouth. So it's like it's like having a bit of food stuck in your teeth.
I also bought Skittles Dark Side of the Rainbow because I thought, ooh, what's this?
I'm gonna interrupt you here. Skittles, bullshit. They took out the fucking lime ones and made them apple in the normal Skittle packs. If you buy Skittles now, it's apple. I don't want fucking apple. I want lime. And then they released some sort of bullshit Skittles fruits of the whatever it is, fruits of the sea or something. I don't know. They released some bullshit pack, and they were like, with all new lime. And I'm like, no,
DLC,
it's not all new lime.
DLC of fucking Skittles.
Took the lime out of the proper Skittles and put them in the shitty Skittles. And I've just pressed something on the keyboard.
Dark Side of the Rainbow, right? I was like, oh, what is this? It was just a red packet of Skittles in this country, but it was just normal flavoured Skittles. I was like, what the fuck? And I paid like really? £2 for it. I was like, what the fuck? Anyway, it was only a little packet as well. What I will say though, their sweets are in much better packaging than ours. Like they're thin, like really thin. They don't take up much space. There was also, I bought a Twinkie, right? It was fucking rancid. absolutely rancid.
You know,
it was
I've
a quid.
What,
It was a quid for this little Twinkie.
Like, what
It's
actually
like
is it?
A cake roll, like Victoria Sponge or something like that. Like just plain cake, and then it's got cream inside it. The cream tasted like banana, only it shouldn't have. It should have tasted like cream, I think. But it was like this really, like, when you taste a food and it's really artificial.
Yeah.
And I bit a bit, and I was like,
now.
what the? And then I just threw it away, blow.
Oh,
it was the worst thing I've ever tasted.
That looks a bit nasty to me.
Yeah. What else did I get? I wanted some Jolly Ranchers, because I remember they used to sell them in this country before, and they were well nice.
Jolly Ranchers. It's
American. They didn't have them, blow. I was like, what? You ain't got no Jolly Ranchers? And I didn't want Hershey. They had a billion different types of Hershey chocolate and all that.
Hershey chocolate
their chocolate's
is like
the worst.
Shit.
I just wanted sweets, blow. I just wanted to be American for a day. It's all I wanted, but no.
Should have just gone and got
anyway,
a cheeseburger.
Games. I've been playing Command and Conquer, and this took me on a really funny little. Well, I didn't realize this had happened, right? So basically, I thought I've always wanted to play Command and Conquer, right? I was going to stream it, and I thought, no, I'll turn it into a little series on the channel, and I may play through all of them. We'll see what's what, because I do just enjoy playing them. Anyway, obviously you can't play Command and Conquer and record it, can you? Because it's a game that's 20 years old and it runs in DOS, so it's just going to be terrible. Yeah, a guy made a patch for it, right? Which I linked to on the video, so you can go and check that out if you want the patch. Like, what this does is it allows you to play the game in different resolutions, but it's not just that. It fixes elements of the game which are broke. Like, maybe you've experienced this, Mr. Kirioth, with Red Alert did this, where if you turn the game speed up, it was super fast.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Because it didn't scale with the CPU clock speed, I don't think, because like, everyone's CPU is shit in the day. Like, now it's like, and everything happens instantly.
Yeah.
Well, it would do that. And when you touch the edge of the map to scroll, you'd fly off the map. It was like you just instantly go to the corner. It's like, whoa.
It was just completely impossible to play, wasn't it? It was all over the shop.
Yeah. Well, this guy's patch fixes that. So the scroll's nice and smooth. The game speed's normal again, and it's totally playable, and it's fine. But obviously, if you play it at 1080p resolution, the sprites are so small, you can like see the entire map without even moving, and the sprites are really small. You can't really see what's going on.
It's like trying to play Supreme Commander, but in a zoomed out map mode almost.
Yeah, you just can't see nothing. And I wanted it to be like an authentic experience, so I slightly upped the resolution, because I mean it was 320 by 240 by 320, I think it was. Like that was the resolution of the game. It was really small, so I upped it to something. But it's a 4:3 aspect ratio, so it's a square.
Yeah,
like it's not widescreen, obviously. And that's what I've been playing it as, and I've been enjoying it. But this is where the funny thing happened, because while I was researching this, can I play it at this resolution? Blah blah blah. I came across a thing called I forgot what it's called. I think it's called Battlecast. Battlecast. Yeah, it's called Battlecast, which was a Battlecast. Yeah, Command and Conquer. League of Legends came up when I played that. Yeah. So this was it was like a live streamed by EA Command and Conquer like fan thing, like you've
been paid to play Command and Conquer by EA.
No, mate, no. Yeah, I have. Yeah, Westwood paid me, bloke. They came from the past and said, "Mate,
from the past." It's like that what is it? The final countdown film with the airship where the aircraft carrier goes into the past.
It's nothing like that.
Westwood have jumped. They're like, quick, revive the game. Well, anyway, the opposite direction.
So. The EA did this recently for Battlefield, yeah? And they had that EA Action Man guy and like some other like YouTubers and whatever would go onto Twitch, and they had this show where they'd show you off videos people have made, talk about new changes to the game and whatever. And it ran for about 4 weeks before they canned it because nobody fucking watched it, right? I got more views on my stream, and they were promoting the shit out of this. It was just like a total waste of time. These things never work. But it was dead funny to me that this was a thing in like 2009. And then 2010, where leading up to the launch of Command and Conquer 3, they started this thing they call the Battlecast, where they had presenters and they had features, and they had like the actor who plays Kane and all other people coming on. And they'd interview them and talk. And I'm like, I did not know this was a thing. Yeah. And I'm like, who was watching it? Who was watching this? Like, this is the most surreal thing ever. It must have been when EA must have thought Command and Conquer could have been a massive series for them.
Yeah.
But it's an RTS game, so it never would be. But it's just really like they must have spent a load of money on this. And I was watching it, and it's really like straight up American, like everyone's in suits and ties and
yeah.
Now let's go and talk to somebody about the expansion that's coming out, Kane's Wrath, and then some unknown developer says something completely nondescript, and then it cuts back to them in the studio, and it was really weird because what I used to read a website called CNC Den back in the day.
I remember CNC Den.
Yeah, this was like a fan site which was set up probably late 90s, early 2000s, because it's a really old design, the site was. But it's gone now. It's not a thing anymore. And it was just run by a guy who just like Command and Conquer, and he would just give you updates and stuff, and there'd be like new mods for like generals or whatever. Because I think I found the site because I was playing Command and Conquer Generals multiplayer, and I wanted like some advice, whatever. And I found that guy's site, and it was actually like a site I would read for a while. But yeah, this CNC Den thing, not Den, Battlecast. It was so funny to me. It was so funny. Like, I don't even know who would approve that.
Just like random crazy, who would ever think of it, let alone produce it kind of situation.
Well, it's actually on the Command and Conquer channel, which I won't link it because I'll break your thing. But if you go to, well, it must just be /Command and Conquer. It's branded with all the Command and Conquer stuff from the game the Generals remake.
God.
Can you see it?
Hang on. I've probably spelled that wrong. There we go. Command and Conquer.
Probably if you just search Google for it.
Yeah. I've got with this stuff like We'll Bring the Tank, Gamescom 2013 stuff here.
Yeah. That's the channel. Yeah. But like the channel's all branded with that old General stuff. But apparently Battlecast was uploaded to this channel. Yeah, Battlecast Primetime 5 years ago. 5 years ago, Kane.
That's crazy.
Kane the man. It's just like 5,000 views, man. Like on the first trailer.
Primetime 10. Yeah, this is mental. This is like.
It seems really, and there was actually a Command and Conquer convention at one point as well. I mean, I know it's a good game, but what they were trying to do is launch a franchise, I think, because StarCraft 2 was around this time, when that was getting developed and was coming out. But yeah, like I've been playing Command and Conquer, the original, and there's things like which are, it's actually surprisingly okay. I mean, you can use the the thing we use for Red Alert. I forget what it's called.
Oh, it's like OpenRA.
Yeah, OpenRA. You can use that for Command and Conquer, where it makes things more modern. So it changes the UI, and you can like do things like queue units up to build, and you can like attack move and stuff like that. Well, you can't do any of that in this, but you can do most things. Like you can even hold shift down to like shift click units and put them in groups with control and then a number. It surprisingly does hold up quite well. Obviously, like things like micro and AI, not the greatest, although the AI isn't too bad. But it's totally playable. It really is totally playable, and it's like if you go back and play really old RTS games, like if you go back and play Dune, that is.
Well, we've
Didn't
we do that for what we tried that? I'm sure, was it Dune we played, or was it?
We might have played Dune 2000 or something, but the original can't drag select. You have to click on each unit and move them.
Yeah,
like Warcraft is like this as well. Just straight up Warcraft, the original. Like they're really old, but like Dune 2000 is different, and Dune Emperor Battle for Dune, which is a quality game. Yeah, that is a really good game. That was the first 3D game Westwood made, and that was for EA, and that was a quality RTS game, and that actually had really good cinematics in it. That did, because you've got House Harkonnen, House Ordos, and Atreides, and it was like actual proper actors. It wasn't just like stupid shit actors. Like Command and Conquer just has guys from fucking anywhere, didn't it? It was like easy cutscenes. These were like actually fucking actors in that, and it was like really good. But I don't think it did very well. But that is in fact, that's a game I should play on the channel as well. That is fucking quality. But yeah, I'm enjoying it, bloke, and I'm pretty far into the Nod campaign because you got to play Nod because fuck GDI. Who are they?
GDI is shit.
I mean, they've got mammoth tanks, but not a quality.
I see. What was...
Kane lives in death.
Was it? They had a Nod who've got the tank. Is it the burrowing tank? I can't remember what its weapon is, but it can.
Big tank. Is this from Tiberian Sun?
Oh, I might be thinking Tiberian Sun. I just remember that there was one specific tank for Nod where it could tunnel underground. Yeah, and then like appear sort of wherever you brought it up. I don't know why, but I always like whenever I think Command and Conquer, I think a couple of things. I think Mammoth Tank. I think that was it the Wolverine Walker, the little shit boxy one.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
little
the
one with
little
the machine guns. Yeah,
because I always remember that the walking animation on that was like a bit off because it would take like
yeah.
3 steps, but then the animation would reset because it put the wrong foot down and then it would lift that same foot up again. And I don't know why, but I just remember that from like building loads of them. And I think of that burrowing tank. For some reason, those are like, you say Command and Conquer, I just think of like those 3 things. And I don't know why, but they just kind of, it's just weird how like games like that, you just remember like little specific stuff. And I still, I actually still liked Tiberian, was it Tiberian, the third, not the third one, it's the one that we played, where they got the crazy aliens, the script,
Yeah, that's Command and Conquer 3. Yeah,
yeah. I can't remember what they were called, but they were a bit,
Grin.
yeah, Scrin. That
Yeah,
was
they
it.
were basically the way the story evolves is they are the Tiberium is blasted around the galaxy, and the Skrin are the aliens that do it. And then they just come and harvest the planet. That's what Tiberium is. But
Yeah.
in Command and Conquer, the first one, Tiberian Dawn, humans realize that you can. This very valuable. This stuff is because wherever it's planted, it turns into valuable, like rare earth metals, like you just out of shit ground.
Yeah.
So you can mine the Tiberium and refine it out of it, and it's good. But then what they don't realize is it's toxic, right? And it starts to affect people. Cain knows it's toxic because he thinks that it's from the gods, right? And he wants you to have Tiberium in you because he's crazy, right? That's his whole thing. He just wants you because Cain doesn't die because Cain fucking gives himself Tiberium. Like, it's crazy, right? But only I think a third of the population on the planet can actually do this. Everybody else will die. And GDI eventually worked this out. And GDI, like, obviously, they're like the US, ain't they? They're supposed to be protecting people. So they're like, Nod, you're a bit mad because you just want to inject people with Tiberium, and like a third of the people are going to die. But well, 2/3 are going to die, and only a third's going to survive, and that's dodgy. Because if you remember, in like Tiberium, I think it's in Tiberian Sun, you can harvest the like the Tiberium vein shit. It's like it's a different type of Tiberium and turn it into a chemical weapon. Blow people up with it. Yeah, it's like. They're dodgy, and obviously they go into like cyborg shit and all kinds of mental shit.
And like when you
then
walk normal guys through the Tiberium, they lose health and they die, and then you can end up with they're like the little blobs, ain't they? The little like kind of moving blobs.
Yeah, in Tiberian Sun you get that.
Yeah.
They turn into like they're called something, and you get the one that's like a little sheep, and it fires loads of. But it's like really powerful. But yeah, they turn into like a massive horror and whatever. In Command and Conquer 3, though, the Skrin turn up, and they've come to you work out in the end. They've basically come to hate the Tiberian, and when they turn up, it's like, oh, the indigenous life, we've got to get rid of them because they're aggressive, because they're humans. But obviously, you wreck them as whatever side you pick, and it just I don't even know how the story ends because I never played Command and Conquer because it was an abysmal game.
Yeah, no, I didn't. I remember the campaign for 3 was pretty good. I remember it being quite enjoyable.
3 was pretty good. Yeah.
It
was cheesy. It had the general from Starship Troopers in, who gets his leg cut off.
Yeah.
Or his arm cut off or something, and he gets killed. He gets bitten off, don't he, through the ground. It's like, is whoever's Roughnecks, is it Ratachecks, Roughnecks, or something like that?
Yeah.
What's he called?
I think it is it. I'm gonna
Radcheck or something like that. He was the professor, wasn't he? Because when he dies, he's like, Ruko. And he's like, Ruko, Roughnecks.
Because it's whatever his name was, and then the Roughnecks became Rico's Roughnecks. But I can't. It's in IMDb somewhere. I know it is. Oh, apparently Roughnecks, the Starship Troopers Chronicles TV series. There was a TV series.
Like when I found that battle casting, I'm like, there's a
Razak's Roughnecks. That's it, Razak. Yeah.
Jesus Christ. Who the fuck's Ratachek then? Where did that come from? I was close. Yeah. Iranian transports is because they're nods based underground. The command vehicle is an underground thing with what's he called? The crazy AI, Cabal. Because you've got Eva, haven't you? Because in the first Command and Conquer, you've got Eva. Both you've got Eva. The advanced visuals. I'm probably going to get this wrong. It's the battle. Basically, the way, the whole, like the lore behind the game. You know, like you're controlling your guys and you're building units. Yeah. You're supposed to be in the command HQ, and you're sending orders to your troops via Eva. And Eva's a satellite thing, which is giving you visual reports back, so you can see where your units are and you tell them to move. That's what it's supposed to be. But you've both got the same one in Command and Conquer. And then in Tiberian Sun, they changed it. So Eva is the GDI thing, and Cabal is the Nod thing, who's like the sinister AI that they've had built through use of the Tacitus, which is a crazy Skrin artifact. For some reason, Kane has got.
Kane's...
Gets it from... No. There's a down Skrin ship. That's it. You find a smashed alien ship, and inside of it's got the Tacitus, and that's a load of like Nod's technological advancement come off that, because GDI is more technologically advanced traditionally.
Yeah, because Nod had like GDI had like the crazy walkers and stuff, and like the mammoth and things, and Nod was like kind of almost like kind of underground resistance type tech, wasn't it? Except they had crazy stuff like the what is it? The obelisk that fires
the laser
beam of light, and I still just think like the Hand of Nod is one of the best buildings of any game, because it's just mental. It's like why would you do it? It's just like a big fist. Like,
it's, in Tiberian Sun, it's like a gauntlet ain't it, on the ground like that.
Yeah,
in the first one it's like a big fist.
Yeah.
So good. It's just one of them things where it is a game that well, saying I grew up playing it's a bit strong, but it's a game I played when I was a kid. You know, it came out in 1995. I probably played it in 1995 or maybe 96 or something like that. I remember seeing one of my family members playing it, and they were on like a commando mission. Like it's crazy because I can remember it even today. And they had to get into a GDI, into a Nod base, and it's got obelisks of light. And obviously they one-shot you guys. If you got too close, you'd die. And you had to keep doing it over and over again. Like, and from there, I just played it. I mean, it's like kids, boys being kids, boys being boys when they're kids playing with little army figures, but you could do it on a screen and have your little army attack. It was crazy because I remember I used to just sit there building like massive bases of like 20 power plants just for no reason, just because I could.
Yeah.
You know, it's just stupid.
Building huge defenses and stuff, and just creating like even if you didn't really need to, to have massive.
Going on to Command and Conquer. I played Command and Conquer. Then I haven't played the expansion to Command and Conquer, the covert operations, which it's an expansion, but they're just like a load of missions that you can play independently. It's not like a story, I don't think. Red Alert, I played that. Next, it would have been.
I spent way too long on Red Alert and Red Alert 2. Especially Red Alert 2.
I've got a really crazy story to tell you about Red Alert 2. Red Alert, I would have played Tiberian Sun, which I think I've told the story about Tiberian Sun before, where I went to buy it from Woolies and they wouldn't let me buy it because I was too young. And I walked out and I noticed that there was a girl who was in my class walking past with a mom, and I said to her, "Can you go buy me this game?" I mean, I must have been about 11 or something. No, I must have been older than that. But she went in and bought it for me, and I was like, "Yes!" And I came back home with it. I don't think I've got the disc anymore now.
Was it?
But that was quality.
I'm pretty sure it was Red Alert 2, where at one point you could have the cloning facility, couldn't you? So when you reduce the unit out of the barracks,
that was from the Yuri expansion.
You got a unit out of the cloning facility, and for a while you could put a wall around the barracks, and then you'd buy the guy. He'd come out of the cloning facility, but because he couldn't leave the barracks, you'd get refunded the cost, so you had free troops. Such a shitty thing to do.
I think that was the Yuri expansion that introduced the cloning thing.
And it also had the crazy
Soviets.
Was it like it wasn't like a head, was it? It was like a floating unit of some kind. I can't remember what it.
No, it's a big brain. Yuri had a big brain.
That was it.
Mastermind or something. The mastermind tank, and it would just like take over the other tanks. It'd go, and it'd be yours.
So stupid. God.
Yeah, but to be honest though, the way that they separated the universe, because Command and Conquer was more serious, and then Red Alert was serious to begin, and then just became stupid. It just was like, I mean, I remember sleeping over at a friend's house, and we used to play Red Alert on his computer, on his dad's computer, and that first cinematic with Stalin and everybody else, and Kane walks by in the background. Yeah, like what's Kane doing there? The lore is supposed to be something crazy. Like the Red Alert universe happened because Kane went back in time, and it's like an offshoot. It's like an alternate reality because Kane killed Hitler or something ridiculous. He went and killed Hitler. To do something. It's like totally ridiculous. I don't even know how Kane traveled back in time, but whatever. And it was something to do with Einstein. And then Kane gave Einstein to the Soviets. And then the Allies rescue Einstein, don't they? Because Einstein makes the chronosphere thing where you can teleport units across the map. It's fucking stupid. And the Iron Curtain for the
stupid.
Soviets, which just makes everything invulnerable for a bit.
Yeah, it was. Oh,
I-
God, it's
But
so
yeah,
mental.
they went crazy with Red Alert though. It's like they knew they were taking the piss with it because the first Red Alert was a little bit serious, I want to say, but then Red Alert 2 was just completely stupid.
Yeah,
Like
it was
just
just off the
stupid.
wall mad, wasn't it? There was
Yeah,
just
yeah,
all
it was just
kinds
like
of
what
crazy
is
stuff
going on? And then the Yuri expansion was good because that was more of the same. Red Alert 3, I never liked that. In fact, I have played it, but I never completed it.
Yeah,
I just got a bit.
I think we both messed around with
I
it,
just
didn't
didn't
we?
like that.
It didn't. It didn't have. The problem for me is it didn't have like the charm that Red Alert 2 had. But the problem with that is like this is actually something me and Cass were talking about the other day was when you actually look at kind of these older games. I have really good memories of playing like Red Alert and Red Alert 2, and especially Tiberian Sun. I played that a hell of a lot. When you actually go back, it's kind of like you can when it's like put in front of you, you can still appreciate the game for what it is, but you kind of get reminded as to just how much kind of the nostalgic memory of what you did in that game kind of plays up what that game is. Because we're watching the thing that brought it on out of pretty much just randomly was she was watching an achievement hunter video, and they had to do challenges in Grand Theft Auto, and one of them instead of
I'd be
playing
surprised if she wasn't watching a Rooster Teeth video. To be honest, at
doesn't
this
watch our
point.
stuff, watches them. They were doing like challenges
Time
in
for a
GTA,
divorce.
and
Yeah.
most of them are using GTA 5, obviously, because well, why would you not use GTA 5 in a video where you're doing challenges in GTA? One of them was playing San Andreas though, like trying to do the same challenges, but he was playing San Andreas, not 5. And I was looking at it, and I was like, when did this game look like shit? Like, genuinely, when does this game look so awful? Because it does. It looks. If you go back and look at if you look at like Vice City and you look at San Andreas, they
No,
look
yeah, I know.
dreadful. But the thing is, in my head, they don't look like that. It's really weird. It's like with Red Alert.
It's because
2.
it's a 3D game. It's because it's a 3D. I honestly think it's a 3D game. They get dated really quick. When it's like an isometric game, like Red Alert 2 and whatever, you can kind of let that go. I think the wave of indie games do let that go as well because they can't spend millions on graphics, can they? So they do cheaper graphics. I mean, playing Command and Conquer, you can say it looks like shit, but it still is a charming game to play, and it isn't. It isn't like I'm like. Okay, it's nostalgia that I'm playing it, but I'm not forcing myself to play it. I am enjoying playing that game. Tiberian Sun, like you said, that is a good game. And I'll tell you my stupid story about that because I did say I would. So, no, it was Red Alert 2, my stupid story was. Or was it Tiberian Sun? It was one of them. No, it was Red Alert. No, yeah, it was Red Alert 2. One of my mates bought that. This is when you could share games, ladies and gentlemen. Right.
Yes.
Bought this and bought it to school, right? And we're in the locker room. I've got American for some reason. We're in the changing rooms, right? After football, like he was in the football team, and he's like, "Yeah, I think we flipped a coin. Me and this other geezer flipped a coin to borrow the game." I was like, "Shit, I need to play this," and I lost. So he gave it to this other guy, and like this guy put it away into his bag and whatever. And I managed to procure it out of his bag without him knowing. right. Put it in my bag. Off I went, like all happy as Larry. I got home, started playing it. It's like, holy shit, this is great. When I got to school the next day, I told the guy who the guys whose game it was. He pissed himself laughing. The other geezer comes in and he's fretting because he thinks he's lost it. He's like, shit, I don't know where your game is. And I've got the game. And I'm like, fuck you. Oh my god, that was magic. But I got to experience it before that other guy, which was beautiful. And I remember that was good though. I did like Red Alert 2. But then I think when it got really crazy for me was Generals. Because
Generals is genuinely just a mental game.
There was a group of us at school. I mean, this is crazy to me that there was actually a group of us at my school that played this because the UK is not really like at that time wasn't really.
No.
If you had a PC for playing games on, that's quite a bit, and generally people just had PlayStations or PlayStation 2s at that time. Maybe a SNES or something. So it was a bit like weird. But anyway, Generals. There was 5 of us that played it, and we would play like custom games against each other, like over and over again, and then we'd start playing the rank. Well, it wasn't ranked; it was just like we just play against matchmaking, and it got so addicted that then the expansion came out 0 hour, and I was like, whoa! And I remember I didn't have enough money to buy it, and we bought some copies off eBay from a guy off eBay, who happened to have like multiple copies. I remember my copy stunk of fags. It was like somebody like I don't know what had happened to it, but like it didn't matter because these were the days where you could just stick the game in and install it, and it was like off you went. And then like from playing that, it would have been Command and Conquer 3, which like I did enjoy. A lot of people didn't seem to like that, but it was really just a Command and Conquer game. It was no different.
Yeah,
it was just Command and Conquer, and it even had the stupid cutscenes. And then Kane's Wrath came out. That was totally fine. That was pretty good. In fact, Nod is probably the best in Kane in Command and Conquer 3. The units are the best in that.
Yeah,
because they're just stupid. Because they've got that massive cyborg walker. That
and it can just pick up like other units.
No, it just rips them apart. Yeah, you get like the stealth tank and just rip it apart and rip out the cannon from another tank and just walk around like because they had like a beam thing, like an artillery buggy which fired like they'd fire the beams together and it like coalesce, what a fancy word, into a massive beam, and you could like rip the, I don't know, Command and Conquer, man. Anyway, what have you been playing, son?
Well, I was just going to say you talk about like having a bunch of people to play generals with. One of the things I really sticks out for me from high school was when GTA Vice City was released, and there was a group of us, and one of my mates, his stepdad, had got the game, but I think he somehow got it early or something because it was like it wasn't supposed to be out, and we weren't technically supposed to be playing it, and yet he got one of my friends got a text on his fucking massive Nokia brick, and it's like, I've got Vice City, bring some friends, and so we got that at lunchtime, and so like the next 3 hours were just all of us, like all 6 of us sitting there going, I want to leave. We got home. Like I reckon probably. Well, I live where I used to live, so I think probably maybe about
10 minutes,
miles
maybe or something to push
from the school. Like walking, it was like about an hour because it's
right on the other.
Yeah, it's right on the other side of town.
Oh yeah,
like all the way
I'll let you off. Yeah,
we got home in about 20 minutes. We practically just ran all the way. Like we were just like speed walking all the way back. We played that game like just the 6 of us taking turns. I want to say for maybe about 10 hours. Because we got back and immediately I used their house phone to call my dad, and I was like, "Dad, I'm not coming home for tea. I'll be home at some point." And it was like 1 o'clock in the morning by the time we actually got like left his house, and I sort of came in, and my parents were like, "Where have you been?" "I've been playing Vice City." It was like even though it's a single player game, there's no way to play it together. We just took it in turns. It was like you've had half an hour, pass a controller. It was quality, and that's another game where it's like. In my head, that's probably one of the best looking and best games I've ever played. If I went to play, but like if I played it back now, I probably wouldn't be that impressed. But like, I kind of don't want to because my overriding memory of that was just like a group of friends just playing this ridiculous game for the first time and doing mad stuff that you couldn't really do anywhere else. I mean, I know we had GTA 3 before that, but it added extra things in, like being able to shoot tires and windscreens and stuff. I'm pretty sure came in Vice City. And it wasn't in GTA 3, and it was just like and the cake mansion as well. It was the crack mansion, but we misread it immediately. It was like, oh, the Baron's cake mansion. What the fuck is it? It was quality. I doubt I'll ever play Vice City again, but it's largely because I don't want to ruin the fact that I've got just like some of the best gaming memories from that one game from just one day of playing it. But what have I been playing this week? Really, I've only played World of Warships and Dawn of War Elite.
Oh yeah,
which was
World of Warships. Well, yeah, we played that, didn't we? We got a video coming out on this or something.
Yeah, that should be. Well, if this is out on Saturday, then you've already watched it. You should have already watched it. If you haven't watched it, go back and watch it.
I like that game.
Yeah,
I like that game, you know, and I'm getting fucking ruined here because I like Advanced Warfare. Fuck Armored Warfare. I like that, and that runs really nice. That does. World of Warships runs all right as well. I don't know. I like that game.
I have to say I much prefer World of Warships to Armored Warfare, like quite a lot. Like
you don't really play much Armored Warfare though.
No,
so.
but I want to play World of Warships. Like if we hadn't played Dawn of War last night, I probably would have loaded up World of Warships. Like I want to play the game again. I don't know. I can't really put my finger on why it is. I think it's a combination of the setting and the fact that you're controlling the ships. And I have to say, I really like the sound design in the game. Like when you fire the cannons, it sounds quality.
They're crucial things, though. You need to get your cannon right because if it doesn't sound right, it sounds like arse. Like World of Tanks sounds like arse.
Yeah,
it does. It's just old and sounds like complete arse. You fire a cannon. I mean, you even commented on this. You fire a battle tank off it or anything in Armored Warfare, and the fucking environment around you, like when the smoke goes everywhere. It's like Jesus shit. Well, that's what would happen if you just fired a fucking cannon at someone.
And I noticed, it was when we were playing it the other day, I noticed that when the massive battleships fire their cannons, the water around them like ripples outwards. It's got the shockwave and stuff. It does little touches like that. I think a lot of it as well is, it does feel a lot faster than World of Tanks. Like, I know occasionally you have games where like you go out a bit early because you've like put yourself in a daft position. Not that we do that at all.
No, not me.
But like, those games can drag a little, but by and large, they're either over quickly and it's been like fast but satisfying and fun, or they take a while. And if you're not an idiot, then you stay the distance, and it kind of the tension rises as you go on. There's a part in the video that I managed to keep in where I think there was only like 3 of us on our team and 2 of them on the other team. It was where you sank right at the end and went on shore.
Oh yeah, accident. I went on. Yeah, sure.
Yeah, that was a fairly long game, like relatively compared to the other ones that we'd had during the evening. But it was fairly long, but it was tense all the way through. Like there was always something happening, and I feel like that's just how it is with World of Warships. I don't feel like with World of Tanks. For me, it's not. There's always something happening with World of Tanks. I just don't really get
World of Tanks. I just think World of Tanks is shit. I mean, I like Armored Warfare, and I don't like World of Tanks. Well, saying I think it's shit's a bit harsh. I will never play World of Tanks. I just will never play it again because I don't. Well, it's old, and it's just so. I just don't. I ain't got the time.
Yeah.
I just don't care. Like, there is a competitor now which has got a way better graphics engine. I mean, fuck's sake, it's CryEngine. Armored Warfare is it's way better, and I can play that. But yeah, World of Warships, I do like that though. I'm a bit gutted that all my ships are gone from the last time I played.
Yeah, it's a bit.
But there's way more ships now. But there's loads more ships now, so it's like It's
there's
fine.
a lot more choice.
I seem to have kept my level though. I think.
Yeah, I
had to like auto level up when I logged in.
I auto leveled and I got a whole a massive stack of credits for some reason. Didn't get any doubloons though.
No, yeah, doubloons is the because it's sea money.
Yeah.
Yes, in World War 1 and 2.
We all know that.
Here's the thing: World of Warships? Is it going to go modern?
I'd like to see it go modern. I don't know if they would, because they've kind of got the whole kind of World War 1, World War 2 era thing on lockdown, but I don't see why it would.
World of Tanks has got some.
It's still kind of
I'm sure World of Tanks has got some tanks in from like the Korean War and stuff. Say like going into the 50s. That I don't know, but I mean, let's be honest. A modern ship would just be a massive aircraft carrier 500 miles away from the combat zone, bombing you with aircraft. It would, or one of those like crazy sleek destroyers that fire fucking tomahawk missiles at you or something.
28 miles away, or
it's like this game's great. Where's the enemy? I don't know. Oh, shit. Yeah, putting subs in it would be fucking OP.
I'm really enjoying it though. I'm happy with. I think I'm happy with it being the era it's in, because I am actually gonna keep playing it. Like, I genuinely want to keep playing it. With World of Tanks, we played it because it made for good content. I think primarily is why I played it, and that was okay. But I didn't go back to it outside of recording it. Whereas World of Warships, it's like, I think regardless of whether we'd recorded it or not, I still would have played it, because I don't know. It's just something about it. It's something about the setting and just all of it is just tickles my fancy in the right way, which is a creepy way to put it, but there you go. The other thing is,
tickle me fancy.
Tickle me fancy. Tickle me nautical doubloon fancy. And the other thing was Dawn of War 2 Retribution Elite mod, which we had a blast on, which went really well. Crazy strategy of saying the map up.
Yeah, shut up. So I'm like trying to get people into the game. And I haven't really paid attention to what I've done with the options. I've set the map and I've put it as like 3v3, but that's it. And then I've put the ticket to 1,000 so you can get, well, it might have been 1,500. And I've just put the money on like massive, like I just not in money. And then I've just left it. But I haven't changed the victory conditions or anything. So it's still the capture point game, but that doesn't really matter. So anyway, I'm trying to get people into the game. We're spending about 30 minutes, ain't we? Like, come on, there's like 80 people in the lobby. And we're like, what are you guys doing? Because I'm sure when you go into a game, it takes you out the lobby because the numbers kept changing all the time.
Yeah.
So what were these people doing? Anyway, we get 3 people. The game starts. the chat in the game are like, "Wow, this is going to be crazy," and you're like, "Why are they saying that?" And I'm just like, And then
I didn't.
I actually didn't even realize, or like I forgot that I put the money on as high as I had because I just started building tier 1 shit, and then I was like, "Hang on, I can just go straight to tier 2."
I didn't even twig. Like for a start, I completely like failed to realize where I was in terms of the starting positions.
You were coming down to
yeah,
I was like, what the fuck?
So you got like a left, center, and right hand base, and we've played that map enough. We played loads of 2v2 and 3v3 when Retribution
August
came out.
Desert Gate.
So I know from playing that, and in fact I ended up playing that game more than you, like in terms of online.
Yeah, you played that loads.
I know full well where I'm supposed to fucking go, but I still loaded it up, and I immediately was like, right, I'm on the left. I wasn't. I was in the middle. So if it wasn't like low resources to start out with, I would have ruined us because I ended up going the wrong way. And then I was like, I don't understand why people like what's going on. And then I looked and I noticed it was like 10,000 of whatever and 10,000 of the other thing. And I was like, what the what the fuck? It was ridiculous. It was a crazy match. It did not. Well. No, I'm not going to tell you how it ends. You just have to watch the video.
Don't spoil it.
It'll be out. It'll be out by now. So just watch it.
But for some reason, I was Imperial Fist coloured.
Yeah, you even had the symbol, didn't you? When at one point I zoomed in, you had the fist on your shoulder.
Yeah. I don't know what had happened there. I was Grey Knights, but it put me as Imperial Fist yellow.
You might have had the Imperial Fist DLC activated because the elite mod,
I do have that.
Yeah, but the elite mod, what it does is it adds like a proper. Well, it's like an elite color scheme. It adds proper kind of color schemes in. So, because let's face it, the Imperial Knight DLC for Retribution was shit. It made the Marine look totally terrible. He had like a Mark II helmet that was drawn by a 5-year-old, and his armor had no detail. It looked really gash.
I don't know how I got it because I never bought it. I just like had it. I don't know where it came from.
I've got 2, but I got the Word Bearers one, but I have got Imperial Fist, but I never bought Imperial Fist because I didn't play Space
never bought
Marine.
that.
I only played Chaos, so I don't really know where that came from. Yeah, but like Elite's added loads of stuff, so like they've got proper Space Wolves and Dark Angels and Imperial Fist. So you might have activated the Imperial Fist thing to look at it at some point, but it was really weird seeing yellow grey knights. It does not suit them as a look. It's like the big what is his name? The brother captain. Who is huge for whatever reason. I mean, that's one thing that's a bit weird about that mod. Like, I know Grey Knights are solid, and they've got solid armor, but it's still Terminator armor. If anything, it's just less chunky Terminator armor. But it should be about
more streamlined. It's more advanced Terminator armor, isn't it?
It should be like about the same height. Maybe a little bit slimmer, but for some reason the brother captain in Elite is like a massive chunky walking tank. He looks closer to a Centurion than an actual Terminator because he's got this massive like back armor thing and huge pauldrons, and he's slow as anything. I saw you walking him around. He takes forever to get anywhere. He just sort of lumbers along. But when
I think I had the teleporter pack on him. I never actually. No, because he summoned like a crazy fucking Nemesis Storm or some shit.
It was really enjoyable. It was really stupid. Like it was a crazy game of just, expensive units shooting the hell out of each other, but it was really fun. The only disappointing thing is when I logged in 2 weeks ago, I found matches relatively quickly, but I get the feeling that that's like a game and I guess a mod by extension where the numbers fluctuate a lot. Like you could be on one day and see nothing, and you could be on another day and get, a couple of games in fairly quickly. But then again, I guess at this point, how old is Retribution? It's a good few years.
Yeah, it is. Got to be 2012. It's got to be.
Yeah.
Got to be 3 years old. Got to be.
Yeah, it'd be something like that. I'm gonna have I think you're right with 2012 for some reason. I'm going to have a quick check. But yeah, it's kind of amazing that 2011. March 1st, 2011. So that's a while ago. It's kind of amazing it's still got any kind of population at all.
I'm sure it was one of the very first videos I made on the channel. It's like an unboxing video. For Retribution Collector's Edition. Yeah, like 4 years ago. It was 2011, like the end of 2011. No, it was March 2011. When this is like when we had the YouTube channel was a thing, but we wasn't really working on it, and I was just like, going to make an unboxing video.
I've
bought
got it up.
It's like the worst thing ever. Yeah.
I'm using that collector's edition as a monitor stand for my main monitor, and I've got the Warhammer Age of Reckoning box as one for my other monitor.
Turn the audio on and listen to how bad the audio is.
Okay, hang on. I've got Chrome muted because I'm professional, sir. There we go.
I think that's actually printed on the plastic cover itself. Let's take it off.
I can't watch it no more.
It's still
Move
going.
that out of the way a minute.
No.
Okay, so yeah.
Stop it. I hate old videos.
Yeah, it looks like it's part of the cover. Nothing special about this. It's just basically a plastic sleeve. I suppose that's the collector's edition.
It's the worst. Stop.
I've stopped it.
I'm like, he's covered in some sort of plastic effect. Yeah, that's called a plastic fucking sleeve, you dickhead. Jesus Christ. What's the fucking aspect ratio of the video? What did I film it on?
I'm assuming you filmed it on your iPhone, because that would have been when we
Look
had
at
the
me.
iPhone 3G.
And I'm like, thumbs up and please subscribe. I'm the worst kind of YouTuber here.
Oh, God. I like the fact that you managed to do it all one-handed there. That was quite impressive. Although
Oh,
I did-
yes, because I would have been holding it.
I did see the microphone, which you don't use this one anymore, but it's the Samsung CO1U in the background. Because I think you got that right at the start, and I didn't replace my shitty headset microphone for like a year
you
or
had,
something.
like, yeah. Get the Retribution Let's Play up, because you're... I'm like, hi guys, I'm Stylosa from unitlost.com, and I'm with... And then there's this massive pause.
Yeah, that was the other thing as well.
Kirioth.
I
It's like
remember
a
that.
massive delay.
I remember that. TeamSpeak was hosted in the US, and I had a really shit connection. And what would happen was you'd say something, but it would literally be I'd reply to it, but like I wouldn't hear what you'd said for like a second after you'd said it. I've got it up here. Hang on.
Where
Oh
is
my-
it? I'm sure it's
The
so bad. I'm
logo.
sure it's the first.
logo is just
I know
horrendous.
It might be Chaos Rising first one or something. No, yeah, it was Chaos,
Chaos
Rising, that we
Rising,
did, wasn't it?
Day 1, Part 1, and I think it is both of us. I'll just have a quick look. What a massive title. 868 views.
One comment. The sound quality on this is pure in a strange way. Bring back the old days.
Stylosa and this is...
Because I remember we did like the little
Kirioth.com.
Let's Play. Stop it! So I want to talk. We did a little
we're
Let's
back.
Play, didn't we? And then like I don't think we did anything there for ages with the channel. I'm
Yeah,
sure.
no, we
Something
didn't.
stupid happened.
It
It was like the end of it was literally 2012 when we were like, let's upload videos.
I just
Hang on,
played it
I'm
and I
going
was
for it.
like, okay, I got it. Yeah, it's still on the
That's
desktop.
Yeah, what is that
through,
intro?
Chaos
What is that
Rising.
intro?
In honour of Retribution.
The butter my biscuit thing.
Here we go.
Your face, you look like an 80-year-old man.
And partially because me being the failed gamer that I am, I completely failed.
No. I've turned it off. I can't handle it. I cannot handle it. Sorry. If you want to watch it,
Yeah, you got to do it again.
then you got to go.
Blow for it, blow.
It's gone. It's gone. I'm back on cams.
Well,
I'm
butter
not,
my biscuit.
I'm not having that. It's terrible. And also, you've got the microphone at that point. I'm sure you've got the microphone at that point, but I'll be damned if you're using it. Because your sound quality is really cash as well.
No. When I first got it, it was facing the wrong way for ages. I remember I had it the wrong way around.
Oh, was
So
that
it's
it?
like away, and I'm like talking into the back of it, and it's not picking it up. Yeah,
Actually,
I couldn't
thinking
work
about
out what was
it,
wrong with it.
The Retribution Collector's Edition unboxing was like after 4 parts of the Chaos Rising Let's Play. So maybe, because we switched over from Chaos Rising to Retribution, like as soon as it came out, yeah, because we go straight into Retribution. God damn. Where's part 2 of the campaign for Retribution's up, but there's no part 1, so I don't know what's happened there. It's just disappeared off the channel. But we're not going to watch that.
Delete
That's,
I got part 15.
Christ. Some of the views on these Retribution Let's Plays ain't bad, though. I'll have to go back to it. God, what a quality start to a channel, though. Warhammer 40k. You know it's going to be pure from that point on. Surely.
The FPS is horrendous. It's like 10 FPS in the videos. What the hell? Anyway, these fucking nabs starting YouTube channels. They should be banned.
God.
Holy shit.
And duty calls as well, which seems to be in the wrong aspect ratio that I've just noticed from the thumbnail. I don't know
No,
whether
it was.
Was it?
I think it was stupidly. Yeah, that's just how it was. I think. I think that's going to be my defense anyway.
It's gone from talking about games to talking about Let's Plays of games from 4 years ago. No one can ever say that we don't stay on
Everybody
topic.
must. Oh, would you tell my friend?
If you just murdered someone,
I've got like a little money spider on my microphone. Oh no, he's still alive.
murder
Go on,
she
kid.
wrote.
Yeah, I'm sure every YouTuber gets this when you go back and you look at old stuff. It's just so bad. You just think to yourself,
Yeah.
how did I even exist with that audio quality? What the hell was I doing? Why did I think that was a good idea? These are questions you ask yourself over and over again. It's like, I was talking to some guys and they put the link in of the very first co-optional podcast, EGS podcast, and the fucking nose are like this big, like for people's faces, and it's like you can only see like this much of the face. Like, why would you even think that was good?
Like
And somebody just tweeted to me,
insanely zoomed
she
in.
said, "You are fantastic, and I watch your videos every day." That's what I like to hear.
That's fair. Keep it humble. Yeah, that's fair. I'll take that. Yeah, tweet. I see it. I see it. Yeah, there he is. Shout out to Jamie Harper for the
I tried to tweet to him, but I think he's
random
deleted it.
compliment
Like.
in the middle of a Pubcast episode.
I think he's deleted it. No, he hasn't.
Clearly changed his mind.
He changed his mind.
Oh, that's interesting.
God.
Failed to verify account, so my tweet deck's broken, so I can't show anyone anything.
Yeah, I think it's just broke. Like, I can't send messages. Oh well. Oh, there we go. Work then.
Well, that's probably as good a point as any to call a halt to this week's. What was it? It was the.
Well, hang on.
Not the.
How long
North
have we been
episode.
going for?
Like an hour and 10 minutes, sir.
That's not enough. Let's go for another 3.
Another 3 minutes. It's actually an
hours.
hour and 6 minutes as well.
Another-
It's just I'm
another-
blind
another-
without my.
Another
without
3
my
hours.
glasses.
3 hours.
I've got to go wash my hair.
You ain't got nowhere. It's a fucking lie. The evidence is right in front of me. I'm trying to find Adderall online because I want to get better at World of Warcraft.
I've just realised that I need to unfollow Royal Mail's Twitter account as well.
Oh yeah, I see your pictures with the fucking package in the bin. What a delivery!
That was terrible. That was absolutely terrible. You know, I'll bloody pull that up. I did, in fact.
I'll bloody pull that. What the...
I did get an apology. I got an email from someone, and they actually said in the email, which made me laugh. She went, "This is Julie from Royal Mail. I understand that you received a package and it was placed in your wheelie bin. This is not hygienic. This is not acceptable. This is not what we train our postmen to do. This complaint will be sent to the department manager at your local sorting office, and the employee will be dealt with." I was like, "Oh shit, they're going to shoot him or something." So there you go. This is what I came home to. I threw a can in the bin, having got back from yours actually when I nicked those models and forgot to give you any money for them. I came home. I chucked a can in the bin, opened the lid, thrown it in, and this is what I was greeted with. That would be a Royal Mail
What is it?
parcel
Can you
in
say?
the bin. Yeah, I can say it was my wife's birthday present.
Yeah, what was it? Is she going to watch this or something? Or
No,
is it
no,
a
it
birthday
was,
already?
It was no, she's already opened it. It was 2 watches. It was a watch that
Oh,
she could have
a
for work
watch.
for timing pulses and stuff, and it was she wanted like a fancy watch for if we go out for a meal and stuff. The so the
Oh, that makes me laugh.
the 2
You know what? I don't like wearing watches. I don't have them. I bang them. Like bang them.
I
with
like
shit
I
when
like
bought
wearing a
them.
watch. I like wearing a watch. But yeah, the
You got one on now, boy?
no, I haven't got it. I've stopped
The
wearing it
liar.
because
He's a fucking liar.
I got it when my nan got it when I was 18. I've stopped
don't need a
wearing it in
watch
case
because you
I
got this
bash it.
shit. This
Yeah, no,
shit's
but-
got a watch.
No, there's a scam now. If you go away like big cities and stuff,
Like a watch
especially
scam?
apparently London's really bad for this. So a guy will come up to you and go, "Excuse me, mate, you've got the time." And what you do is obviously you pull your phone out, don't you? You pull your phone out,
Right. And he changed
you,
not
you activate it. Yeah, literally, they just grab it out of your hand and run. And if you're in a crowded place in London, you can have a hard time like
I'd
chasing the
find
guy
them
down.
and I would kill them. I'd murder them in the street and then I'd be
But-
sent to prison.
But he'd still have, well, no, he wouldn't have your watch. But then he'd probably fall over and break it. But yeah, they
he'd
grab
be
your
dead.
watch and run off. Whereas, and this is a friend of mine was saying that he'd read about this, and then it actually happened to him. He
What?
lives in France now, but he came back to the UK to see his family, and he was in London, and someone came up to him and just went, "Hey mate, you got the time?" And
Hey,
he
man, I
just
got the time.
he's got a watch, so he just pulled his sleeve up and went, "Yeah, it's 12:05." And the guy just looked at him and went, fuck off, and then turned around and walked off because he expected him to pull out his phone. He was going to grab it, and it was like, yeah, no, it's 12:05.
Well, how does he know that? He's just been aggressive to somebody on the street for no reason.
Someone who's asking you for the time isn't going to go, fuck off, because you told them the time, are they? It's like, excuse me, sir, have you got a light? Cheers, you're a dickhead. They're not going to do that. I'm a fan of watches. Anything that involves not taking your phone out and waving it about, especially if you've got an iPhone, because as we know, like, those disintegrate if you drop them, and walk in with a phone out.
Well, I'll tell you, oh my God, I'll tell you about that, and then I've had enough of Pubcast to get out of my life, because I've got a life to live.
You wanted more, son.
I did want more. I wanted 3 hours more. I didn't get given an iPhone. The family member's iPhone had dropped approximately 5 centimeters to the ground and destroyed its screen. The screen still worked. The digitizer still worked. That's the bit which lets you touch the screen, and it worked, basically. It's like a weak electric field across the screen. But the plastic, the Gorilla Glass thing, it's glass in plastic, was completely wrecked. I mean, you just couldn't see what was on the screen. But the screen still worked. Okay. Apple can fix this, right? So I went on to Apple and I said, hello, I've got an iPhone 6 here. Screen shattered. And they went, have you got insurance? And I asked the person in question. They said, no. I said, well, you're stupid. And they went, Apple then said,
stupid.
the thing is, if it's just a screen repair, that'll be 89 quid. And you've got to send it to us and it'll be gone for a week. Up to a week. So I'm thinking that's not too bad. 89 quid for a screen on an iPhone. That's probably worth $1 billion or something. That's not bad. But then they said in their little small print, if sir, we find anything else wrong with the phone, we will repair it and immediately charge you 300 and something ridiculous on top of what the hell we've just charged you. But you need to pre-authorize this. So we won't take the phone off you until you pre-authorize us to charge you if we think we should charge you more. And I'm like, that is very dodgy because it's going to cost hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds.
That's ridiculous.
And I'm like, no, I can fix this. I am a man of means. So I went to Google, and I'm like, how the fuck do I fix a smash up iPhone 6?
How did anyone fix anything before Google? We talked about this the other day. I don't understand how it was even possible.
I wouldn't be able to do it. So at first I thought I could just get a replacement bit of glass, right? Because the screen was working. Save taking it apart. No, you can't, because Apple have glued the glass to the actual LCD screen itself. Like, it is part of the screen. To take it off, you need to use a heat gun and heat it up to like 90 degrees and then get a Stanley knife and slowly peel off the thing. Now, obviously, this is really bad because you're putting a Stanley knife into a really small gap, well, where there is no gap, basically. And if you go a bit too deep, you're going to go straight into the cells on the screen, and it's ruined that. Anyway, a replacement screen unit, 34 quid. A Retina screen is 34 quid. So I'm like, I got it, right? And I put it in the iPhone, which wasn't that difficult. There's just 2 screws. You can probably see in the bottom of the one I've got there. Can you see those 2 screws Just take them out, and then you just basically pry. I mean, this is an iPhone 4? No, 5. Yeah, it's just a 5. And it pries out. And then the screen it's got a couple of like ribbon cables. So if anyone's built a computer, you know what they are. You just pull them out, and then you plug the screen in and stick it in, and it's fine. I did that, and literally the next day, this is the day after it was repaired, person in question comes back up to me and says, "Look at my phone." The screen was hanging out of the phone, and I'm just like, "What is gone on here?" And I looked at it. The screen was actually in the phone still, but because the phone had got so hot, the glue in the screen had melted and the screen was coming away from its back plate, basically. And I was just like, this is surreal. This is ridiculous. Like, that phone was in a bag and apparently got too hot.
Yeah.
So it wasn't left in direct sunlight or anything. It was just in a bag on the side. It was like carried around in the day. You know, you put your phone in your pocket in the day. It's no different than that. So you know what? I just super glued that motherfucker together and it still works now. But I fuck them phones. They are so flimsy. I think what's happened is people who are used to like this size of phone, like this iPhone 5 size, have got the iPhone 6 now, and it's so much bigger and it's really thin and really flimsy that any kind of knock to it just breaks the phone.
Yeah, it just
and
bends.
There must just be loads of people breaking it. Yeah, breaking it over and over again. You can't put it in your pocket because you'll just bend it.
Yeah, you need to get a case, and then people will complain because they don't want a case on the phone because then it's not as slim. I mean, the thing is,
well, it looks shit, don't it, with a case on?
Well, I mean, I've got a case on this because I've dropped this a few times, but this is a Nexus 5, right? I've dropped this like I'd say maybe 3 or 4 times, It's fine.
Yeah.
It hasn't broken. It's not flimsy. It doesn't bend. And it's like
Hey,
a
see if
third
you can
of the
put my
price.
face on the screen in it, like get my reflection of my face. No, don't do that. People might get my details.
Oh, yeah, it might
Yes.
reflect off Skype and stuff. You know, just before we finish, I had a phenomenon, which I think I tweeted about when I had my 2 weeks off. I was sitting in my own back garden, reading a book, just on my iPad, had the Kindle app open, just, reading away. I got a temperature warning from my iPad. Like, it turned
I've never
itself
seen that.
off. It actually turned itself off. It went too hot and then just switched off. When I tried to turn it back on, it said, please wait for device to cool down. I was just like, excuse me? What is this? I've never seen that before. That iPad it's been around a bit, but just sitting in my back garden, it apparently got too warm to function. It was mental. I've never seen that happen. For a minute, I thought I'd like properly broke it, but no. Apparently, it was in the sunlight for I think a grand total of 30 minutes. It was that really hot week where we had like 30-degree weather, 33 degrees or whatever. But still, that kind of shattered my confidence in this technology because I was just like, I'm not doing anything with this. It is literally just the Kindle app. It's just the screen turned on. It is not using any processing power. It's doing nothing. I am just holding it in my hand, and that apparently is too much for it. That's really shit. I think when that iPad goes, I'm probably not going to have any Apple products. I don't know what it is about them. I'm just sick of them now. I just don't want anything to do with them. The new iPhones are flimsy as fuck. The iPad apparently just overheats randomly for no reason.
I mean, like, the thing is, I slam Apple because I don't like the way that they homogenize everything. But this iPhone has been fine for me. The iPad Air I've got has been totally fine. I use that a hell of a lot, and that has never really fucked me over. The only problem with it is it doesn't have memory in it. It's just like 8 gig. It's like totally shit.
It's too small.
It's always constantly telling me it's shat itself, and I'm just like, I mean, it needs an iOS update installed on it, but to do that, I have to plug it into my computer and then take everything off it and then run it. It's just like just the worst. It's like it's just totally shit. But when like Android equivalent so much cheaper, but you end up getting into that thing of everyone's got an iPhone and everybody uses all iPhone-y shit, and
you, as an Android user, you just can't
honestly,
use it.
Yeah. I mean, I think if I did have an iPhone 6 myself, I'd probably be okay with it because I'd be a bit careful with it. But then again, I probably would break it. I don't know. Yeah. I don't fucking know, but right then, surely.
Well, we've had our extra 3 hours that you demanded. It passed really, really quickly because time flies when you're having fun. Once again, if you want to support the podcast, then link up there, link down there. It's greatly appreciated. You get a shout out at the start of Hotfix, which is the principal show that it supports, but Pubcast is the offshoot of Hotfix where we talk about games.
Both, yeah. The thing is, it's just Patreon Hotfix, just because like it would be stupid if there was another one for this, and it's the Unit Lost talk shows, podcasts, whatever you want to call them, are just one thing.
Yeah. So we will see you next week for another Hotfix on Thursday, another Pubcast on Saturday, and
beautiful,
love it.
Oh baby.